Coming up on Citrus TV News, protesters continue to mobilize following the release of the Theta Tau video. We'll have all the details of the backlash from the video and the university's response.
Tyus' battle is declared for the NBA draft, but there's still a chance he could be back in Syracuse. Our Johnathon Hoppe has more.
And the latest in efforts to improve diplomatic relations between North Korea and the United States. We'll tell you what milestone was reached today.
This is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
It's been 2 days since the controversial Theta Tau video was released, and since then, the effects on the campus community have made national and international news. Good evening, I'm Noah Eagle.
And I'm Nicole DeMentri. Just moments ago, Chancellor Kent Syverud spoke to the crowd at the One University Awards, the first what will be an annual event ceremony. Now, Syverud addressed the issue saying that, quote, "We are all orange."
And late last night, the Onondaga District Attorney said that none of the acts in the video are criminal, but that doesn't change the anger felt by many here on campus. Today featured a fresh round of protests that began early this morning at Shine Student Center. CitrusTV reporter Carmella Boykin is live in studio to break down what happened. Carmella, what do you got for me?
Thanks, guys. Students who are part of the hashtag Recognize Us SU movement gathered at the Student Center this morning. They posted signs along the windows and exits to show their discontent with the way the university handled the Theta Tau video. Admitted students coming for SU today walked into Shine to find themselves surrounded by posters and chanting students. The Dean of Admissions, Maurice Harris, spoke to the parents and incoming students about the video during this closed program that Citrus TV was given access to.
There is absolutely no place on the campus of Syracuse University for language or behavior that demeans or degrades any member of our community.
Harris was not the only person to speak out about the video. Chancellor Kent Syverud showed up within the first half hour of the sit-in to speak with student protesters.
I see you, I hear you, and I am deeply concerned. That's not what you want to hear. I know you want concrete action. I am working on it. I can't say more than that right now.
Less than 2 hours after the chancellor arrived, DPS Chief Bobby Maldonado came to speak. While he appeared hesitant to talk to the unfriendly crowd, he promised that the department was there to protect all of the students.
I want you to know that we have spent a lot of time in DPS trying to understand that, not only understand, but that you all understand that it's important that my department reflects the community in which it serves. In the last 3 years, these things take time, but in the last 3 years, I want you to understand that we have increased the number of women on campus from 5 to 10. We have increased the number of African Americans and Latinos on campus. We currently have a class now that is comprised of 2 Latinos specifically, 2 additional females as well, and that's out of 7 individuals.
In total, DPS employs 36 officers and is currently investigating the members of the video. Citrus TV will keep you updated as more information comes out. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Carmella. And let's turn now to Citrus TV reporter Chris Venzon. Chris was at the 8 a.m. sit-in protest in the Shine Student Center this morning. Chris, what'd you see there?
Thank you so much. So it was impossible to miss. Emotions still raw from the totality of this week. My goal for the morning, meet with the students and figure out the why. Why are you here? What story got you out of bed at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Friday to this rally? Take a look.
Racist, sexist, anti-gay, Theta Tau.
This past Wednesday, a hate-filled video surfaced from Syracuse's engineering fraternity, Theta Tau. The images sent shockwaves throughout SU, but for Halim Alikiu, the message was personal.
To know that people around me, people that have met me, people that have seen I constantly spread love. I constantly try to be tolerant of everyone's views. I try to stop and let me think, how does this person affect it? How is this person, where are they coming from? Why do they think this way? For me to treat everyone like that, and then for them to still not see me as one, as a human being, and 2, as someone that's going through struggle, that was just I have no words for it. Honestly, I have no words for it.
On Friday morning, dozens of students protested the lack of action on the part of Syracuse University. Catsatello helped organize the student-led event. She hopes the protest will promote a change in culture on campus.
People should not come to this university and feel silenced. That's not what $65,000 to next year $70,000 pays for.
Priya Penner, however, sees a historical lack of commitment from SU when it comes to incidents like this.
The university says they're going to, create change and, make these big restructures and listen to the students, except they don't. They sort of just wait until the next group of students comes in and then the problem just stays.
But Sotelo believes this morning's gathering can spark lasting change.
This is going to be a movement that continues beyond these next 3 weeks at the school. It's going to have to continue going into next year, going into further years.
Have them.
It's a battle without a clearly defined ending, but it's a battle worth fighting.
We need
Chris Venzon, Citrus TV.
The head student organizers repeatedly emphasized to me that they were not attempting to drive students from committing to the university. Noah, Nicole, back to you.
Thanks, Chris. Now, a lot has happened over the last 2 days in response to this Theta Tau incident. One of these responses includes the university canceling students' fund for Syracuse shifts. Our Citrus TV reporter Anna Azallion is here in studio with us with the full story. Anna?
Student callers have confirmed the university has canceled their upcoming alumni fundraising shifts in the wake of the Theta Tau scandal. The Fund for Syracuse is the organization for the university that calls alumni to raise money for the various scholarships and funds here at SU. Sue Ballard, Vice President of Alumni Engagement, confirmed the shifts had been canceled but would not say why. However, student callers told Citrus TV they were told the shifts were canceled because of the Theta Tau video.
Okay, Anna, so today was the last Acceptance Students Day here on campus. Now, we all know that May 1st, high school students have to decide where they will be going to college. What were tour guides told to say, and how did they interact with these students who had questions?
Yeah, so not only was this the last Accepted Students Day at SU, but it was one of the largest Accepted Students events of the year because students have a little more than 2 weeks to decide where they want to go to school. So because of this, U100 members, which are the university tour guides here on campus, they were sent an email yesterday alerting them of an emergency meeting at 5 p.m. to go over how to approach the incident during tours today. And they were given talking points about what to say if students ask about this.
Wow, absolutely incredible stuff. Hey, what about the response from individual colleges, dorms at SU, etc.?
So every college has sent an email. A lot have events scheduled, so do dorms. And the Office of Residence Life actually sent an email to all current and future RAs as well, telling them that they're going to be expanding residence life training related to diversity and inclusion, as well as implicit bias training.
Wow.
Okay, so has Theta Tau said anything, both here at the university as well as their nationals?
Yes, so both of them have. The Nationals released something on their Facebook page, and Theta Tau at SU released something on their website, a statement that apologized and explained the context of the video. And in the part where they explained the context, they said that each semester, new members are given the opportunity to create a skit to, quote, roast current members. And they said that one of the active members right now is a conservative Republican, so new members created this skit with a conservative racist character in it. They said that the skit was not done in malice, but that, quote, many bright lines were obviously crossed.
Just terrible. Yeah. Absolutely terrible. Thank you so much, Anna. Really appreciate it.
We really do. And we'll have more information as it comes out. Now, stay tuned to Citrus TV News on all of our social media platforms for the latest updates.
And coming up, Citrus TV reporter Sunny Balkin tells us what Upstate Medical University is doing to combat smoking in central New York. Don't go anywhere.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, welcome back. And Nicole, we say it pretty much every week. It's
do.
spring, it's cold. I just don't know what the deal is anymore.
No, seriously, we just need some heat here, you know. And you know, we got halfway there with some sunshine.
We did, but you know, it's April 20th. You'd expect that Mother Nature would spark things up by now. Josh Feinblatt, when do we feel that heat?
Yeah, guys, you would have thought Mother Nature would have sparked it up by now. We were looking at some fog over the campus, so that's what we were expecting. It didn't end up happening. Things ended up staying close to the ground on this Friday, April 20th. Right now, 43 degrees outside. It's feeling a little bit more like 37 with some 13 miles per hour winds, and you definitely felt them if you were walking outside. And taking a look around central New York, temperatures pretty consistent. Up in Rome, 44. Down in Ithaca, Cortland area got down to around 35, but not too bad, really just based off the wind. And taking a look at tonight, 31 degrees is going to be cloudy, about a 10% chance of rain, and it'll feel around 25. It's going to be chilly. There's going to be some winds, but a lot more coming up in the week, plus a Mayfest prediction. I know you're ready for it later in the show.
If you saw mascots picking up cigarette butts in Syracuse today, you weren't seeing things. I went down to help curb smoking for CNY with Upstate Medical University today at Kick Butts Day event. Annual Kick Butts Day took place this morning at Upstate Medical University. Mascots and volunteers from the CNY community gathered in Upstate Medical's Cancer Center lobby to celebrate the event and launch the new Let's Clean the Air kits, which started today in conjunction with Kick Butts Day.
So the purpose of Kick Butts Day is to clean up campus. With Earth Day just around the corner, it's a great day to mobilize.
Volunteers like Tyler Ahart say that smoking is still rampant in Onondaga County, but things like Kick Butts Day and the Clean the Air tobacco kits are helping ease people away from cigarettes.
Nicotine is just so addictive, so instead of just simply putting up signage and saying absolutely no smoking, people are going to continue to do it anyway, and that's why we're doing the cleanup here. So the lozenges will help as an alternative to people who are going to do it anyway.
What we've come up with is a Clear the Air Comfort Kit, which is a little cardboard package that has 2 lozenges of nicotine replacement therapy. So if we see someone smoking, we'll remind them that the policy at Upstate is you can't smoke, but we understand you might need that nicotine fix.
The Let's Clear the Air medical kit will start its 90-day trial today on the 2nd annual Kick Butts Day. Inside, anybody who receives the kit can also receive 2 lozenges that can help them ease off of smoking. And judging by what they've collected this Kick Butts Day so far, they might need it. Within just an hour of the program launching, the lozenges already convinced one woman to start down the road to quitting. Upstate spokesperson Daryl Geddes says that he hopes the event will expand in the future and that one day it will even expand to SU.
Coming up on the 19th anniversary of the Columbine shooting, mass walkouts planned at schools across the United States. Stay tuned.
Talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV Newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News. Now, today marks 19 years since the Columbine High School mass shooting, which left 13 dead and wounded more than 20.
Students across the nation walked out today to protest gun reform on the anniversary. Over 2,600 walkouts were planned across the nation, where students were encouraged to gather at 10 a.m.
Many of them held a moment of silence for all gun violence victims. 13 of those seconds were dedicated to the silence to the 13 lives lost in Columbine.
A student opened fire at a Central Florida high school this morning, just moments before a scheduled school walkout.
The shooting at Forest High School put the district on lockdown. One student was hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries.
The school tweeted less than 24 hours before the shooting that students would participate in a student-led civic demonstration.
And protesters in Ecuador took to the street to march for peace and unity. The demonstrations are in response to the deaths of 3 Ecuadorian journalists.
Demonstrators demanded the government recover the remains of the journalists.
And the reporters were on assignment along the Colombian border. According to Ecuadorian President Lenin Moreno, Marxist rebels kidnapped and killed the 3 reporters.
North Korea, South Korea, and the United States are preparing for the first inter-Korean summit in over a decade. The meeting will take place in the demilitarized zone and features peace negotiations to bring an end to the 68-year-old Korean War. Now, South Korean President Moon Jae-in says North Korea has dropped its demand that the U.S. withdraw its forces from the South in exchange for its nuclear weapons. Currently, more than 28,000 American troops are stationed in South Korea. President Trump has reaffirmed that his ultimate goal is to end North Korea's nuclear program before signing a peace treaty.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to weather. Right outside, 43 degrees, a little bit of cloud and a decent amount of winds moving in at 13 miles per hour, feeling like 37. And if you're going out tonight, which, one of the last weekends at Syracuse for the semester, so, go have fun out there. 36 degrees at around 9 p.m. And the temperature's going to start to dip down to 35 and down to 31. And it's going to be cloudy, so definitely make sure to bring a coat if you can. It's going to be chilly. You're not going to want to walk to many places, which brings me to my rideshare surge prediction. It's looking like very high. There are going to be a few formals tonight. It's the last weekend before Mayfest, so a lot going on, a lot of people going out as well. And if we take a look at the precipitation moving into the future, there's not a lot right here where we are in central New York, in Syracuse, up in the northern part of New York. There's a little bit of rain, a little slushy mix that we got a couple of days ago, but nothing too bad, nothing hitting us for the next couple days, which I'm sure everyone will be delighted to hear. If you're taking a look at our Saturday planner, tomorrow is going to be a little bit nicer than it was today, but not too bad. High of 50 degrees. Again, big numbers are very good, at least in my opinion. Going to get up around noon to 44 and 47 later into the evening around 6 p.m. It's going to be a little bit windy, just like it was today, so not all sunshine as well. And I know you've been waiting for it. Mayfest, you're trying to plan your outfit. What is it going to be like? We are 1 week out, and it's looking like a 58-degree day, low of 40, and there's a 20% chance of rain, but we're looking at a sunny day. Hopefully, taking a look at our 5-day forecast, a lot of sun and a lot of high temperatures. Looking good for us, but Wednesday 54 degrees and some rain. And we've also got some stories for you in the weather. Fire danger today is remaining very high in western Oklahoma after wildfires sparked across the region over the past week. The Ree fire in Dewey County remains the largest blaze, burning over 283,000 acres. The lack of rainfall totaling over 150 days and the dry land combines for the perfect fire conditions. More than 350,000 acres of land have been burned in Oklahoma, and torrential rains over the weekend sparked several severe flooding and landslides on Kauai, Hawaii. The U.S. Coast Guard rescued a group of hikers trapped due to flooding near Hanalei Bay Sunday. At one point, there was so much rain in Hanalei Bay that the National Weather Service rain gauge stopped working. I'm going to toss it back over to Hoppe on sports.
Thanks so much, Josh. Coming up in sports, we finally know if Tyus battle is going to the NBA. Well, sort of. Plus, SU men's lacrosse has an important non-conference battle with Navy on Saturday. All that and more coming up right after this.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Welcome back. I'm Johnathon Hoppe. As soon as the Orange lost to Duke in the Sweet 16, all attention shifted towards one thing. Would Tyus Battle return to Syracuse for his junior season? After nearly a month of waiting, fans are going to have to wait even longer. Earlier today, Battle announced that he is declared for the NBA draft, but has chosen not to hire an agent. This means that Battle is still eligible to withdraw from the draft and play for the Orange next year. The 6'6" guard has until May 30th to make that decision. Battle's future is uncertain, but what we do know is that Syracuse will be the #1 seed in next weekend's ACC men's lacrosse tournament. But before that, the Orange hosts Navy tomorrow in the Carrier Dome. Not much at stake for Syracuse in terms of conference tournament, but it's a huge game for the Varello family. Brothers Joe and Danny will go at it at the Face-Off X all game long. Now, you may be thinking these two have been rivals for their entire lives, but in the eyes of SU specialist Danny Varello, that hasn't always been the case.
We've been talking a little bit, like I said, we're not, we've never really grown up as clashing brothers. We never really had too much of a rivalry, but I think it's coming out a little bit this week. We never really seen this part of each other before.
Joe and Danny are set to get things started in the Carrier Dome just after 2 o'clock. For a complete breakdown of how that matchup went and the full highlights of the game, make sure to tune into Orange Press Pass. Our coverage gets live on OTN at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. If you're a fan of the SU women's lacrosse team, I've got some bad news. The Orange is still winless in ACC play this season. But there is some good news. Syracuse went step for step yesterday with one of the best teams in the nation. #2 Boston College edged #16 Syracuse 13-12 and improved to a perfect 17-0 on the season. Eagles attack Sam Apuzzo was the hero in the game after netting the game winner with under 2 seconds to go in regulation. The Orange's last chance for a regular season ACC win comes on Sunday against Louisville at 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
Great stuff
I think
there.
we're worried about Tyus Battle.
I was literally just going to ask that. I was going to say, so do you think Tyus actually has a shot in the draft, or do you think he's going to come back here?
Well, I'm not exactly sure because it's been up and down, right? We thought Tyus was for sure a lock to leave after this season, at least I did, And as the season went on,
coming into the season.
Coming into the season, absolutely. But as it went on, you weren't quite so sure. So at this point, I don't really think he's going to go to the draft. I think he's going to return. He got a taste of the tournament last season. He's going to come back, and you've got O'Shea Brissett back. So if you're Tyus Battle, why not come back and try to make a Final Four run?
All right, let's see. Say he does leave. No more Tyus Battle. We look at this team. How good are they next year?
I think they're pretty good because O'Shea Brissett proved to be really good. And then you've got Elijah Hughes coming back, a guy that a lot of people don't know. He transferred from East Carolina, had to sit out last season. He can really light it up, so he could easily take Tyus Battle's place, but obviously you'd still rather have Battle.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. But thank you so much, Jonathan. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Well, for us here at Citrus TV, today is a special show. Joining us now at the desk are some of the graduating seniors who you've seen every week on Friday News. We thank them for all they've done for the station and wish them nothing but the best of luck moving forward. Guys, we're going to miss you here and wherever you may go.
Yeah.
We know it's going to be great. First of all, you're going to represent Citrus TV unbelievably. And I don't know what I'm going to do without you guys, especially your wind impressions.
I know. I'm going to miss you very much. I'm going to miss doing my wind impression for you. You guys always gave me great tosses. It was an honor and a pleasure.
It's always my favorite to hear that. I'm going to miss that the most, I think.
I definitely think so. It's been an honor and a pleasure to be able to work as a weatherman and do so many other jobs here at Citrus. And it just an honor and pleasure. So many wonderful people.
Yeah.
And thank you, especially Nikki, for just being one of the trailblazing seniors here.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. And, I really echo everything both of you just said. This has just been a home for all of us, and I'll always wear that Citrus TV baseball cap, no matter if I'm 22 or 62. It'll always be on my head. And
40 years.
40
that
years.
Thing's going to last 40 years.
I'm hoping so. But yeah, no, it's been a wonderful time, a wonderful ride, and I'm glad I've been able to enjoy the ride with all of you here.
When you think about your 4 years and Josh, your 3 years at Citrus TV, what comes to mind?
I think yesterday, just doing a 45-minute special on the Theta Tau story, and then also the Talking Points election special. Just some of the best moments, just some of my favorite people.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I don't think I could pick just one. I think
Yeah.
we've had moments where I've also done weather, so I've been in your shoes, anchored, report, so it's amazing just being able to do everything here at Citrus and to have, like I said, a bajillion times, I'll say bajillion times more, all those amazing people around us.
Well, we love you guys, and we're going to miss you very much, but that's all the time we have for Citrus TV News tonight. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for all the latest updates. I'm Noah Eagle.
And for the last time for Citrus TV News, I'm Nicole DeMentri. Have a wonderful evening, Syracuse.